Greetings to all! Welcome to Tahiti Monday. I am Shenanigans, and in this series of This Is How I Do It, I am going over Hearthstone's
Blackrock Mountain, a Hearthstone adventure!
This video will be about Ragnaros in the Molten Core.
The Molten Core is my domain. I will crush you, insect.
Before you get to Ragnaros, you must first defeat Majordomo Executus. Executus has 30 health and 15 armor. For 2 mana, he summons a 3/3 Flamewaker Acolyte. Fortunately, Executus's the Majordomo hero power is set to a low priority, so he will play his hand over using his hero power. Once he is defeated, Ragnaros appears with 30 health and 30 armor. For 2 mana, Ragnaros deals 8 damage randomly twice. This one's a doozy, so let's get into the deck. I decided to go with Secret Mage, the idea being we need to generate some minions that are both huge and numerous. For our secrets, I chose Duplicate, Ice Barrier, Ice Block, and Mirror Entity. We then need some cards that are going to capitalize off of these secrets. So for that we have Illuminator, Kirin Tor Mage, and Ethereal Arcanist. He is one of our larger minions for the end of the game. We are then going to need some control cards to get us to the end of the game. For that we have Arcane Intellect, Frost Nova, Mind Control Tech, Fireball, Blizzard, and Flamestrike. Finally, we'll need to round out the deck with some minions that can get huge. For that, I went with Shade of Naxxramas, Ethereal Arcanist as I said before, the Feugen and Stalagg combo, and finally Alexstrasza. You can use any legendaries you'd like as long as they're beefy. This is a complicated one, so let's get into it.
Jaina versus Majordomo Executus!
Ragnaros' most trusted minion. Let's see if we can force him to summon the Fire Lord for us. Yes.
None may challenge the living flame.
You asked for it.
For our starting hand, we're looking for 3-cost cards only and maybe a Blizzard. We do not want Duplicate or Mirror Entity early on. Rather, we're looking for Ice Block and Ice Barrier. This portion is partially dependent on Executus, as if he only uses the Majordomo hero power, will likely not have enough removal for later in the game. So, if Executus does use his hero power for the first 3 turns, it's probably best to just start over. For now, you just want to minimize the damage you take. Playing Ice Barrier with Kirin Tor Mage is very effective. Not only does Ice Barrier reduce 8 damage, Executus will sacrifice minions into Kirin Tor Mage, greatly reducing the damage you take over the first couple turns. You want to set up for a board wipe around turn 6 or turn 7. Deal 1 damage to each Flamewaker Acolyte with your Fire Blast hero power if you can. This way, when Blizzard is cast, the damaged Flamewaker Acolytes will be killed. If you're just 1 turn away from clearing the board, don't be afraid to play a Frost Nova to avoid taking damage for a turn. You want Executus to play as many minions from his hand as possible, so that when you do play Blizzard and Flamestrike, you'll have the greatest advantage. Do not play Ethereal Arcanist or Illuminator. These are cards you will need for later in the game. Again, I repeat, do not play either of these cards early in the game. There is one exception to this, and that is if you have a Duplicate, and the rest of your hand is able to successfully keep the board clear for another turn or 2. Duplicating Ethereal Arcanist can give you a very good advantage for later in the game. The mid-game is all about dominance and build-up. Executus has 10 Molten Giants in his deck, so do not reduce his health below 23. Executus will play Flame Imps in order to play Molten Giants, so you must keep his health above 20. Clear the board a final time and start playing your larger minions. Feugen and Stalagg can kill off 5 Flamewaker Acolytes, so they are very useful in this stage. Each turn, clear Executus's board and leave it at that. Your priorities are now Illuminators, Ethereal Arcanists, and Shades of Naxxramas. You can also start to play your mirror entities as well. If you do choose to play your duplicates, make sure you have no minions on the board that you do not want duplicated. Again, you are not looking to do anything but dominate. Let the Illuminators restore your health to full, let the Ethereal Arcanists and Shades of Naxxramas get as large as possible, and use your remaining spells and lesser minions to kill off the Flame Waker Acolytes. We're looking to have a huge board for the transition so that we can kill Ragnaros in 1 to 3 turns, and have enough health and minions to survive each casting of Ragnaros' Die Insect hero power for each turn. So just as a quick summary, play your big minions, manage his health, clear his board, and just wait. Finally comes the big push. Once you've filled your board as menacingly as possible, and you feel like you won't be able to clear Executus's board anymore, it's time to drop the hammer. But before you do, you really need to do the math on this one. There are many things to consider. Number 1, can you kill Executus in 1 turn? You actually want more than enough damage to kill Executus in 1 turn, so that you can start to chip away at Ragnaros' armor in the same turn. If you don't have enough to kill Executus, you need to find another way to stall. Number 2, can you draw out a single Molten Giant? If you have Mirror Entity, drop Executus' health to 20 or 19. This will cause him to use his whole turn to play a single Molten Giant, buying you an extra turn. Number 3, can you freeze all of his minions, or do you need to kill Ragnaros in a single turn? If you have a Blizzard or a Frost Nova, you don't have to worry about managing Ragnaros' health, because no matter how many Molten Giants he plays, you can just freeze them. Number 4, do you have enough health and minions to survive Ragnaros' Die Insect hero powers? Any minion with more than 8 health can survive a blast, and obviously your life total comes into play here as well. Feel free to flood the board with any remaining cheap minions you have in your hand, as you won't be able to benefit from them at this point anyway. The more targets, the better. Once you've addressed all of these questions, you can go about orchestrating your victory. And that is how I did it, Ragnaros of the Molten Core. I hope this guide has been helpful in showing you the path to victory. Have fun making your own variations on this deck, or use different characters to make a similar, maybe even more powerful version than mine. Some other decks you could try are a Fatigue Rogue deck full of card draw and minions that can kill at least 2 Flame Waker Acolytes. These cards include Sludge Belcher, Dancing Swords, Fen Creeper, and Bomb Laver. And don't forget to include that ridiculous combo of Cold Light Oracle and Gang Up. Or you can try a Death Rattle Hunter deck, filled with high damage output cards like Kill Command, Gazria, and King Crush. Don't forget to include Kel'Thuzad in that deck to have multiple replays of your Death Rattle minions. This isn't the easiest deck to play, and it's a heck of a matchup, but just like in chess, if you're able to set all the pieces in place, it's a very rewarding victory. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next installment of Tahiti Monday, the Blackrock Spire!
You've done it! The mountain is mine! Mine!
And if we hit him for everything next turn, he'll play all his Molten Giants, and then we can just... Oh, that's good. Oh my god, Frosty Feet just opened Ragnaros while I'm fighting Ragnaros. Oh, that's good. Alright, so we go to face, and then we should be able to kill him the turn after, as long as we don't lose too many important things. So that'll be, yeah, we'll have enough to kill him. I feel like we should clear the board, so we don't want him to pick off anything important. So we'll do that, and then play a minion so there's another target for Ragnaros, and that should do it. Play all your giants, who cares? Wait, what? No! 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 Oh no! No!